The Lafayette and Broussard police departments continue to investigate two homicides they believe are related. Police found the first body inside of a burning car on the 200 block of Bellows Street around 1 a.m. Friday. The man was identified as 28-year-old Justin Zeno. They discovered the second body under a vacant home on Regal Street in Broussard later that afternoon. Police identified him as 23-year-old Skylar Berry of Lake Arthur. Anyone with information on these crimes is urged to call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS. And before we go, Grace, do you recommend 2 jackets or 3 this week?
I say
now, from Studio 15 in Lafayette, this is News 15 at 9.
Bonsoir, tout le monde. Thanks for joining us for the news at 9. I'm Phillip Boudreaux filling in for Fair Arena. And I'm joined by meteorologist Grace Lim. Grace, it literally rained on everyone's parade today. Thanks, Grace. It's carnival time. A little downpour didn't stop the city of Youngsville from throwing its annual Mardi Gras parade. While many already know what Mardi Gras is all about, one family new to the area is new to the tradition. News 15's Paris Flanagan has the story. And later today in the hub city, the crew of Bonaparte rolled through town. Revelers lined the streets from downtown Lafayette to Cajun Field for beads and throws. There are more than 25 floats at the parade. The goal of the crew is to inspire the next generation to participate in Mardi Gras and keep the tradition alive. And the largest parade of Mardi Gras was held today in New Orleans. The crew of Endymion. The Endymion is one of the 3 super crews with more than 3,000 riders and 37 floats. The motto of Endymion is "Throw till it hurts," and it's estimated that there are over 15 million throws or beads along the parade route. The parade began with what might be the largest block party, with more than 30,000 residents gathering for food and drinks. Then the parade rode along the streets of New Orleans until it reached the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, where the Endymion Extravaganza is held. This year's lineup for the Extravaganza includes Rod Stewart and Jason Derulo, along with other bands that entertain the crowd until 3:30 in the morning.
Congratulations, Team Kevin!
Chick-fil-A is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Kevin Melizon, an employee who suffers from Down syndrome. The celebration came in the form of a surprise. Monday will officially mark 20 years of Kevin being employed with the company. He says being a part of the restaurant means a lot to him. 2 men are in custody as Iberia Parish deputies search for another suspect in connection with last week's fatal Mardi Gras parade shooting in Jeanerette. Dondre Gabriel is accused in the shooting death of Dante Archangel last weekend. He's behind bars along with Thaddeus Gabriel, charged as an accessory. They're still looking for suspected accomplice Kentrell Gabriel. And a Dusson man sentenced to more than 13 years behind bars after pleading guilty to defrauding his employer out of more than $2.8 million. 43-year-old Richard Borick Jr. was formerly employed as an IT manager for a Eunice pipeline company when the crimes occurred. And as anticipated, Governor John Bel Edwards announced that state lawmakers will convene at the Capitol beginning February 19th for a 2.5-week special session. The purpose of the session: to find revenue through various tax proposals. The state is facing a $1 billion budget gap in next year's budget, due mainly to the expiration of a temporary 1-cent state sales tax consumers have been paying for nearly 2 years. Edwards says if lawmakers can't find the money to close that gap, the state will be forced to drop drastic cuts on several key state services. And Louisiana Attorney General Jeff Landry is going after the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Landry announcing that he's suing the federal government over continued erosion of the Intracoastal Waterway. Although his office billed the news conference as, quote, a major announcement in an effort to protect the coast, Landry's lawsuit, however, confined to the Intracoastal Waterway in Vermilion Parish.